I'm here with Valerie Massadian at the Hyde Park Picture House to discuss the making of her film Nana. Valerie, as having previously worked as a photographer, how easy did you find it to move into the various facets of film, such as sound, working with dialogue, and with time?
To me, photography. I have a lot of respect for photography, but photography is something dead. Anyway, the image of photography is the death of a moment. When cinema is the opposite, it's life, because there is light, there is movement, there are bodies that changes, and faces that changes, and sound. So for me, it's completely different. It's a different space.
The manner in which it's shot, the very static shots, for me it seemed to imitate the observational sense of wonder and learning that a child would have with even something as brutal as a pig being slaughtered. Was that a choice? Did you want the audience to step into the shoes of this little girl, or was that just a stylistic choice?
No, the first thing I knew, I think in a space or in front of someone, you have to find your place, space-wise. Kilina, it was very simple. She's 90 centimeters. She's 95 now. I had to get on my knees. I had to be in front of her. With nature, if I go and take a picture of a tree, I'll do the same thing. I'll never do it at my height. I don't understand this. To me, I need earth. I need to be grounded. The fact of being at this distance and still is not what you were saying about being having her perception, because through the film it changes, but it's more to give you time to look at whatever you want to look at in the frame and have time to do that. So if you want to film a child and look for things of the childhood and the way the mind functions and how they discover the world and confront their bodies to nature, and you need to not impose your ideas and your gestures and your words. There's not one word and one gesture in Nana that I've asked Kalina to do. It was a completely different work. It's not like I'm sitting behind the camera and waiting for things to happen. That's why I was talking about this link in photography, because it was a confrontation. Sometimes it was fight. Sometimes it was never seduction, because this I cannot deal with. And she's a very powerful animal, and an animal that I understand, because to me she's very close to me. She would ask me questions, and then, sometimes I had no idea whether the fuck this was going to be a film or not. I really, But then because you give so much time to life to come in cinema, instead of arriving with your big trucks and crushing life and saying, oh, I'm going to imitate life, but I'm crushing, you and you and you and you, and telling you what to do, I mean, it's just, I don't understand how to work like this, and I don't want to, and I wouldn't know how to. In cinema, there's a whole system, and it didn't have to do with the economy, it had to do with, really, I wanted to work like this. I didn't want any trucks with lights. I didn't want any assistant, because I've worked on other people's film, and for me it's a waste of time and money and energy, and it swallows the time you have to work. It allows this position of the camera. It's not telling you what to think and what to look at and what to. I think it's very fascist the way that films are done today, because they don't leave you alone. They're very didactic. It's like they grab you and say, look at this, and then this, look, it's like this, and there's such an arrogance of thinking what people can see and cannot see, or can understand or cannot understand, or can feel and cannot feel. That is complete bullshit. And at one point, you're like, hello, I exist. It was really beautiful, this girl in the country where I showed the film. she was really like she was really poor. Like she was missing teeth. She had 4 kids, and she came. She said, Can I see the film again?" And I said, "Well, in a month or so, I'm going to do it in another village, but right now, no." I said, "No, but I wanted to see it now because I kept thinking while I was in your film, and I was watching the film, but I was thinking at the same time, and it was like I realized that when I watch film, usually it's like, oh, here you cry, and here you feel like this, and here you do this, and here you, and there I could be me, and I mean, that's it. Thank you. I can die now."